Alright. What the hell's going on, everybody? We've got MARU in the bottom right side of the map, going up against Hero in the top left. It's a Terran vs Protoss match that, for me, has always got me excited ever since Hero won that GSL head-to-head against MARU. A couple years ago now. I always forget. Was it late 2021? Was it early 2022? It was a few years ago now, but such a memorable finals, and I'll never forget some of those games. Curious Minds, I believe, was the clutch map, or at least one of the clutch maps in there. Was it Curious Minds? I get all those names mixed up sometimes. The one that was also made into the Roomba map, but either way, a fantastic history these two players have. MARU definitely has a big lead on him recently, but Hero, if he can catch him off guard, there are times where he just gets the better of MARU, and it's like he's got his number, and MARU gets a little bit scared, gets a bit penned inside his base, and that's when Hero does his best work. It's a mixture of, I'm scaring you with my aggression, I'm hitting you with storm drops, with charge zealot attacks, and I'm also being greedy behind it and getting up to that 4 and 5 base late game with an advantage. Hero going to the mid game, just barely even or a little behind, never feels particularly great. But it's when he's got MARU on the back foot cowering in his base, that's when Hero starts to take big leads. Now notice that Marine got cancelled, guys, so that he could start the command center earlier. He then rebuilds the Marine. This is a very quick factory build, except he's forgotten to put the factory down. There we go, it does go down. Could have been maybe a few seconds earlier, but he diverted that SCV, of course, to replace the one in the natural. Now, not seeing a Reaper yet. Standard, a Reaper would have just popped. And the reactor should go down here on 50 gas. There we go. Okay, so very standard build for Hero on his side. Cybercore before Nexus, chronoing an Adept. But is he going to be ready for the factory? And can he scout whatever's coming his way? I would say one of the more rare circumstances is the Terran building 2 to 4 Cyclones out of this. But I've actually seen that win a lot. Now, I wouldn't expect it on this map because this is a big map. But if we were on, say, Oceanborn, a smaller map, I would be worried about that as Hero. As it is, Hero is not playing afraid at all. 2 Adepts, no Fs given. He has no idea what MARU's build is, other than the fact that it's a 1-Rex expand. We know it's going to be incredibly quick reacted factory production. And Hellions is the name of the game. No SCV on the map, so it doesn't look like it's going to be a starport. Whoa, and he's floating money. He's going 3cc. MARU not even building an add-on right now. He's going 3 command center. What a way to start a series against Hero. Brave. It's the only way I know how to describe this. My lord, what a greedy build. Transferring workers to that expansion. And he's going to get a Cyclone or 2 out behind the 2 Hellions to defend any early pressure. Wow. Very ballsy opening, but guess what? There's a shield battery. There's a second gate. There's a robo. This is a defensive opening for Hero so far. If he goes for 2 more gateways, it's a decent chance of killing MARU. That's a big if, though. Are you going to risk it for the biscuit in game 1 of a best of 3? This is, of course, from Katowice. For those who don't know, it's a group stage match from Group D, the group of death, funnily enough. Cyril, Hero. Sorry, not Cyril. Rainer, Hero, MARU, Dark, Showtime, and Cyan. Killer's Row. And remember, MARU had a bit of a scare in that first match with Cyan. Cast that the other week. Siege tank on the way right now. 2nd and 3rd barracks coming out. 3rd command center is almost finished already. Normally about 5 minutes is when you get hit by a 4-gate blink. You can tell just from how things are going. He'll have 2 tanks at that point, but he's not going to have a lot of Marines, and he doesn't even have a bunker right now. MARU playing a very greedy build. Bunker goes down just in time to be ready for that sort of pressure. And Hero with a full wall off. Oh, he's afraid. Oh my gosh, he's afraid right now. He thinks there might be like a Widow Mine drop coming with these Hellions. He does cancel the gateway at the last second. His blink is ready. 4 Stalkers and 2 Adepts are ready to defend. MARU not going to poke for it. Robo Bay goes down at 440. But MARU's getting away with murder right now. And Hero with his first scout across the map after the initial probe, the Observer. It's going to come in and see, man, it's going to see a base that is so far ahead of him. Right now, though, I am worried about the pre-stim timing. If Hero can find a way to catch him moving out to his 3rd... I mean, I say I'm worried about it, and as I look at it, I don't really know if I am. Adepts do take out that Hellion. The other Hellion will go down to the Stalkers inside the main base. Marauder production starting up. Maru's on 3 barracks, and the Observer goes through, sees that 3rd command center, and Hero realizes that he's been tricked. Looked like Maru was looking for an Observer there with the way he's moving his units around, but you're not normally looking for that blur in the back of your base. Unless you zoom in and out as Maru here, very easy to miss this blur on the right side of our screen. That's his vision we're looking at. Colossus Forge and probes on the way. Hero is not ahead in workers. I mean, even when your opponent goes 3cc, it's rough, but triple mule and being even in workers, I feel like Hero needs to chrono boost probes. It's maybe too late at this stage, though. It might be too late to be thinking about chrono boosting probes. So he might be a little bit more focused on just building the army that he needs. He is indeed chrono boosting Colossus, which is always a good move. At 3rd base, 52 workers. Shield battery going to go down there as well. Stalkers do take out 1 Cyclone. He lost an Adept, though. Maru's played about as careful as you can, and that makes sense with the opening he's done. I mean, there's nothing else you do. You can't move out before Stim. Even though your natural's starting to get a bit oversaturated. You see, he's starting to move out now. That's because Stim's done, Shields is almost done, 1 is almost finished. Doesn't have Medivacs out just yet. Stalkers are nearby. Definitely want to see a scan on that Observer if he can get it. And he gets rid of it, but the other Observer will no doubt unsiege and move up to take its place. 2 Colossus are out. +1 attack only just started, whereas +1 is done for the Terran. Finally a worker lead for Hero, but it's only 3 probes. He's only lost an Adept, a probe, and an Observer so far, so good efficiency from him, but oh my gosh, awkward blink. Very awkward blink direction. Maru's going to punish him by taking down 3 Stalkers. A great start for Maru, as Hero does back off with them. Oh, he picks up and splits off a double drop. Crisp move for Maru. He gets spotted by the probe, so he will immediately unload to deny the 4th base being taken. That sets him up for a potential flank. Get back, Hero! Hero, get back! Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, okay, he does have a Zealot run by coming in. That could do big work. Double drop going towards Hero's main base. He's trying to warp in a Stalker, but over at his 3rd. 2 Colossus and 3 Sentries are going to try and defend. He's already lost his battery. Oh, that's a bummer. Putting the battery so far out front. This is why a lot of people put the battery in the back. The Sentries have already gone down to the siege tanks. Double drop inside the main base. There is a Colossus and a few Stalkers there. That's going to struggle to defend. The Zealots on the counterattack did kill 5 SCVs, but the bunker's going to defend it. Double drop in the main does pick up and get out of there. The army dives on the Colossus on the 3rd. He gets one of them. Surely he can't. Yes, he can. Oh my gosh. He takes out both Colossus. Disruptor does struggle its way in. And of course, picked up and dropped on top of Maru all over it. And it looks like this might just be an easy victory in game 1 for Maru. 3rd Nexus is within inches of falling. The redrop into the main base is going to force a recall. That means, of course, over at the 3rd base, it barely survives. The main base defends, but only momentarily, and Maru, he doesn't have to lick any wounds. He's traded 2 to 1 more efficiently. His 3rd is landed, +2 attackers on the way. This was such an easy situation for Maru. Maru looks great when he's a little behind, but in this game, he was never behind against Hero. He's just all over this. And it all comes back to getting away 3 command center. Hero didn't want to be investing in an early sentry or anything like that. He's not the sort of player to scout that much. Maru took advantage of it. He studied his opponent, knew what he was going to get up to. Oh, the Disruptor goes down. Nexus falls. Zealots, 2 sentries, 1 Colossus, not enough to defend. Redrop inside the main base, not going to be enough. The Stalkers will take care of that bad boy. But at what cost? Zealot run by does get in and finds the rally. Actually getting a decent bit of surface area in the Marine Marauder. That's not too bad. But it's not enough. No, there's just the critical mass there. Maru played a very simple series. And I feel like this is the sort of Maru that just kind of, you know, takes a small risk and then looks next level. Hero unable to do anything to stop him. And I've always said blink openings are fantastic, but they lack scouting. And one of their vulnerabilities, strangely enough, especially if you're not going for 4-gate blink, is a Terran just being very greedy. That's what he did in this game. He got away with it. Widowmine in the middle of the map. He's going to attack his own Stalker to clear that up. Nothing inside the main base yet again. Empty medevac goes in first. 5 full medevacs behind it. Maru is happy to embrace in the base trade. And you know what? Hero probably is as well. He knows he's in a big spot of bother. He's not going to be winning this game unless he can distract Maru and maybe land a sneaky Disruptor on him. Disruptor out there. Another one does pop out. He's going to try and throw it. Oh, if he can catch Maru not looking. Oh, he went too close. Oh, Maru actually second-guessed himself there. Could have just kept fighting. Does panic pick up, but gets the Disruptor. It only gets 5 kills. The Bio Viking in the main trying to defend. Stalker, Sentry, Colossus desperately trying to hang on. Those Vikings are doing so much damage. They're on move command, though. Zealots in the rear getting cleaned up. Hero does not have the numbers. Maru with a crushing Game 1 victory, almost making it look easy after getting away with the greedy 3 command center. Well, a clinical Game 1 from Maru. Now down in the bottom right of Hardlet, a great map for Terran. He's got to feel good about this one. That being said, if anyone can turn a map's disadvantage to their favor, Hero's the guy you turn to. He kind of just got caught out. You know, it is very much wild of Maru to play a relatively blind build with a 3 command center. 2 Cyclones is not going to do anything, but I think he just kind of waited up and said, look, 2 Hellions almost always leads into a very aggressive opening for Terran. And I think Hero's going to assume that's the case. He's going to play ultra safe, in which case I get away with the 3rd command center. And it worked out splendidly. There are poker elements, bluffing in StarCraft. Speak of the devil, Hero not scouting at all. This game goes Nexus before Cybercore. And if you do this without scouting, it's actually really nice because it does speed up what you're doing in terms of your build order by just a little. You'll go for the 2nd gas and then notice he's ready to check for the bunker and then build that 2nd pylon in a moment. Beautiful timing on this build order for Hero. Now, yeah, as I said, if you scout and you go Nexus before Cybercore, your Adept or Stalker's out pretty late. The first Reaper can cause you a lot of issues. However, Maru is not SCV scouting at all. And that tells us something. It tells us that Maru has to scout with his Reaper. He has to look for proxies with that. He's trying to have a very efficient set of openings. We'll see what Hero answers with as he chrono boosts his first Adept. Stargate, okay. Oracle or Phoenix? I do not know. I think Phoenix. I don't actually know why I think that. I just feel like when you're playing a no-scout build like this, going blind Oracle, technically, I mean, I used to love that build. I don't really know what's changed since then. Maybe Terrans are just a bit better, but I remember Showtime was doing Oracle every game for a while, and Maru basically just did a dirty tank push to him every game. More bunkers Maru has built against Showtime, I would say, than just about any other player. Offensive bunkers, that is. Always feels like Showtime's one of the hardest players to stop when you play Standard. But if you can bring out a cheeky build, which Maru does pretty much every time they play, it's going to be a great way to take him out. And indeed, it is the Oracle. Wow. 3 Adepts and an Oracle? How many Chronos on the Gateway, I wonder? Because if it is like a 2 or 3 Reaper, 2 Hellion play, only having 1 Adept at the front can be very, very bad. 2nd Gateway goes down. Maru's going to jump up the cliff. Oh, he's going to get caught. Oh, nice defense. I think he sees the Oracle. A nice micro, I should say. Does end up getting taken down, but he spots the Stargate. It's Oracle into Phoenix, into cancel the Phoenix and make a Twilight Council. So Hero, I'm not sure if Maru actually saw the Oracle. He might be thinking, oh yeah, this is Phoenix play, whereas it's actually a single Oracle into Blink. Oracle now does get spotted, and he's going to bring it home to help defend. I think this is a good choice by Hero. Just saying, you know what, I don't need to do damage to you. There's a good chance I lose this if I get overly aggressive. Now, not only can you revelate rocks, guys, you can also revelate neutral critters on the map. So if you see a wild Karak, or Urubu, or an Ursadak, you can actually revelate that. It'll give you a little bit of vision in that area for a while. A cute thing not many players take advantage of. Pretty rare that you'd want to be fair. 2nd barracks coming in after the Raven factory with the tech lab going to be going towards the siege tank. This is a 3-gate blink into 3rd base. That is, of course, following up the single Oracle. Adept's going to try and maintain a bit of match vision as Hero takes control of both watchtowers. Now, for Maru, what's the play from here? This looks very standard. 2nd and 3rd barracks, engineering bay. We should be seeing a 3rd gas pretty soon. Starport lifts off the tech lab after building the Raven, so no interference matrix. Just using it for detection and potential future harassment, hiding it in the back for now. Oh, he still thinks he's playing against Phoenix. Potentially. Because he saw Phoenix production. Even though he knows it's an Oracle to start with, he might still be thinking that Phoenix might arrive. Hence the safety with the Raven. By the way, they are manufacturing a literal Thor in the jungle down here. Not sure who designed this building area, but I don't know how you get that Thor in or out of that area. I guess a medevac, actually. I should know that. Shh. Pig, why are you so dumb? Third gas is there. Let's take a fourth one. Yeah, Maru's playing super generic. Nothing special. To be fair, I think that's kind of the way a lot of Terran play. Like, yeah, there's a few twists on the openings, like the 3 command center, but... I mean, that's this matchup in general. No, it's not fair to say that's just Terran. Like, Protoss is almost always, it's 2-gate blink, 4-gate blink, and Phoenix Colossus. This is actually the rare Oracle into blink. This is a style you don't see nearly as much as you used to. Oh, Oracle almost flies into the Widowmine. Almost flies into the other Widowmine. Hero with sharp eyes. Gonna send some Stalkers out to probably try and clear these Widowmines. He's on 61 probes against 45. He's got a good income advantage. But Maru is gonna get pushing. And this push is gonna be frightening. My lord. Charge in +1 have only just started. Okay, double drop is gonna go towards the main base. Luckily for Hero, he does have an Adept there. That's 2 Widowmines cleaned up with the Oracle Revelation. Does mean his vision's a bit lacking, but look at that army. That is not a complete army. And Hero should be very aware of the fact that a drop is heading towards him. It is blatantly obvious, and it's actually kind of crazy for Maru to continue now. Something I didn't realize till recently when I got Doom dropped in my main is that Adept on the tower does not see to the edge of the map. It gives you the illusion of vision. It does not actually give you vision there. Stalkers microing in the front, picking off a few Marines into that main base. 2 Stalkers, a cannon, and a shield battery. More Stalkers warping, and he's getting ready to try and pounce on these medevacs. And he's on the top of it. Oh my god. Oh, the cannon didn't focus fire, so he does get one more Marauder unloaded than I was expecting. But having a cannon and shield battery overcharge is pretty damn slick. Stalkers here. One of them does get focused down. Another one as well, almost. Yep, it goes down. The battery overcharge should save the rest of them. Good defense overall for Hero, who comes out with a 2-to-1 units loss tab, 700 to 1825. Maru gets his first map control, but remember, he's been down in work as his 3rd command center is only halfway done. He was hoping for better than that. Second Robo and a Robo Bay goes down, +1 and Charger, both almost finished here for Hero. 13 Stalkers and 3 Sentries. Sentries are a fantastic unit when in the right hands. He fakes a Colossus right there. Maru, if the Raven survives, we'll see it, but the Raven gets sniped, which means he thinks that's a real Colossus. Oh me, oh my. Marines get focused down, as do the Widowmine. Very nice play there by Hero, as a Widowmine drop goes up the right side. There's a cannon in the base, though. A cannon plus a probe pool will deal with this. If he's watching, oh, get out, get out, get out. Okay, 1 Widowmine doesn't fire. The other 3 fire, but they only get 3 probes and a Zealot. Hey, that's not bad at all. New cannon goes down in the natural. That Widowmine, I believe, has fired. So he's going to try to burrow that there, and I think it might fire just before the cannon kills it. Looking ready to take a 4th base. Hero's got a mass Stalker Zealot army. It's not a high-tech army. As a Colossus starts up. Second one being chrono boosted as well. Oh, that's a crisp play. Maru, you cheeky bugger. You know what? I think that cannon would have defended that, but the Widowmine positions itself, gets 5 kills. Well done. Widowmine's coming out as well as a Ghost Academy. These are the counter to Mass's Gateway. Mass Gateway doesn't scale that well. Most players would be afraid to even do what he's doing right now. Hero's supply blocked. Oh, he only gets to warp in 2 Zealots in the main. Maru surprisingly slowed it to respond. Oh, Force Fields try to trap some units on the left. He only gets 1 Marauder, but still a good idea. And he gets 6 SCVs in the main. He's not done yet. Make it 7. Beautiful play there by Hero. That's funny. I was just reading a comment from someone on I think yesterday's video or 2 days ago, where they were saying, "Oh no 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 no!" Oh, he splits at the last second. That's not what they were saying. They were saying how I said the English beautiful, and I was saying in response to that, I'm like, yeah, when I get excited by something, you know, when I'm truly impressed, that's when the beautiful comes out. Truly beautiful. It's a fun way of emphasizing that word. I like a lot of Britishisms, even the ones that I used to hate. I kind of endeared to now. Ones like vitamins and yogurt. I just think they sound funny, so I've started saying them. I'm that sort of person. Things that annoy me, I steadily come to love. Here we go. Oracle gets pushed back by the Vikings. Bio moving forward. I like the way Hero's just picking at him, but he did just lose 8 probes. Oof. Where? Stalker there. Okay, he's lost 16 in total, so maybe it was just the stack up of the previous ones, but definitely got to keep an eye out. Does Hero here as he picks it in with the Stalkers. 4th base is on the way. 3 probes building at a time. Hero has 2 Disruptors building as well. That's a 4th Colossus. Oh my god, against only 5 Vikings. Maru's up against the wall. Widowmine's a good versus the Stalker Zealot, as are the Ghosts, but look at the way Hero's just picking off the Widowmine shots. He's dodging everything. He's got 22 Zealots in the mix. This is like an SOS style timing. SOS was famous for killing people with compositions that people thought were past their use-by date. Hero, I think he realizes this is right on time for him to be hitting the 4 Colossus, picking a fight. Those Vikings are going to need to come forward. Oh my god, that's a lot of Zealots. The Widowmines! Oh my gosh, massive Widowmine hits. The Disruptor just killed 11 units! The first Disruptor shot just took out that whole flank in the top right of our screen. Oh man, and he clicks on the Marauders, does Maru. It's his favorite move against Protoss is click all your entire army on the Marauders, especially the Marauders on the Colossus. But he only took out 1 before they pulled back. A second one finally falls. And it looks like, oh, nice Prism Micro. Oh, and the Disruptor shot's covering it as well. Dude, that is some slick micro from Hero, warping in more Stalkers as well. Widowmine still repositioning. It went from 8 kills to 9. Finally, a probe takes it out before it burrows. Blink DT is on the way, +3 attack. And of course, the 4th base is fully saturated. Hero is up 40 supply. How did he get so far ahead in this game? I guess Maru played very standard after the first Widowmine drop, wasn't able to do anything. And Hero was just able to get to 60 probes very early, defend the 3 racks push, and that first defense put him in the lead. And from there, it's been a clinic, you know, exerting pressure with the gateway units without overcommitting. And that's what I love to see from Hero, exerting pressure without overcommitting. It's a very special thing. We don't see that often with Hero because he is famous for overcommitting. But when he finds that narrow line between scaring your opponent and actually macroing up behind it, that is when Hero crushes through Maru. We're going to game 3. All right. Well, game 3 is going to be 1-1, and Hero says, let's send a worker across immediately. This will scout if I'm being eBay blocked, proxy barracks, and I can get there in time to harass the barracks. So the trick here is you arrive just before the barracks goes down, block it, which means Maru has to build the barracks off the position he'd like to build it. It also means it could delay it by, by a few seconds. Could delay that by a few seconds, so. Okay, now he's just going to pull a different SCV to build the barracks. And, oh, he's actually still going to build it in location because he doesn't want to have to lift it. Okay, Maru. It does get delayed by maybe 2 seconds there. And the probe, not losing any of its hit points, just going to rotate around. Gateway and gas on the way, chronoing probes behind it. You do lose mining from the very start of the game, which is costly. I like the way he goes through the mineral line trying to bait Maru. Also harasses the minerals. But Maru's having none of it. This SCV chasing the probe. He says, taste my drill. You want to mine here? You know, this is our base. You weren't invited. You weren't invited to this party. Get out. It's a drilly boy mineral party only. None of you silly boys with your tazies. Probe is going to get pushed back for nows. And it looks like 3 workers on gas already. That to me says Stargate most likely. Not 100%, but usually. Oh, he starts to Zealot, but upon seeing no Nexus, no block there, he should cancel. Wait, he's actually going to let the Zealot go. Okay, wow. Hero goes Zealot into Nexus, into Pylon, and then I guess he chronos an Adept across the map. It's not a bad way to play, by any means. He's wasted plenty of Maru's mining time, by the way, with this probe micro, which he does a great job of circling there. First Reaper's about to pop out, so it was definitely past time to leave. Maybe not past time. I would say the perfect time. Probe's going to hide. Now, Maru tends to hunt for that, because remember, he didn't SCV scout, and he's attacking there. Ah, Probe came in a little bit too early. Came in a few seconds later, he might have slipped by. Zealot going across the map. Adept is behind it. And that second gas is now about to be mining. Still haven't seen any sign of tech out of our Protoss player. Obviously going for the Zealot early on does slow you down. This build always feels so awkward. Zealot into Adept, into second Adept, and your tech is just so late. You need to find a bit of harassment here You don't need to kill a crazy amount, but you want to find, you know, at least an SCV or two, maybe kill a Marine. Adept is lagging behind a little bit. It's a bigger map, Hecate. Zealot going after the Marine. And the Adept is going to come forward. Ooh. Oh, does he get it? Oh, he's going to go for the Reaper. Does he get the SCV at least? Oh, he does get the SCV on the bunker. I think it's worth trading an Adept for the Reaper and the SCV. But you lost a Zealot as well. So all things considered, Command Center is not delayed. You have a bunker up with 3 Marines in it. Maru did have to delay his reactor, but he's got a Cyclone on the way as well. So he's pretty much rock solid from here. Starport is beginning at 312. It was delayed by this pressure, but so was that Twilight Council. It's only halfway done. 1 Marine does get split in half. And the Adept would love to find a second one, but she's going to back away, realizing, hey, best not to push our luck too hard. Second gateway into Robo on the natural expansion. Third gateway going down as well. Now this map's kind of interesting because I feel like I've seen Drops pick apart Protoss players. I've also seen Protoss players run in with some surprising attacks, catch the Terran off guard. Adept's going to shade in and take out an SCV. And the other ones will shade out of there. I think he only loses 1 Adept here, but it is the full hit point Adept. At least it was full hit points before. And that Adept does get out. Oh, he's going 4-gate. It's 4-gate blink. Okay, guys, 4-gate blink. This time it is going to be extra barracks, and he will be going siege tanks, but it's not very early siege tank production, and Cyclone is really not optimal here. So Hero's basically going to go all out on that aggression. Pylon seems to be perfectly timed to get himself on supply blocked from the probes. Maybe slightly late to build the Warp Prism, though. Yeah, he had to cancel a probe in his main to do that. So slight mistake there. I don't think it really matters because you got 16 on minerals, 3 on those gases. Oh, he's missing a worker on gas in the main. Hero has a bit of a gas shortage. That is going to be something that kind of bites him in the butt. More Stalkers warping in as we speak. Raven coming out. First siege tank's on the way. If he builds a second tank, Maru will be much safer. But if... Oh, and I like the starport positioning. Creating that wall off, you can put the tank here. 1 tank on the natural. Raven is here. Warp Prism moving forward. How many Stalkers? We got 5 Stalkers, 4 gateways. Blink is almost finished. Doesn't have enough money to warp in more than 3 Stalkers, though. That lacking worker on gas did cost him. He's put it back on there now. Took him a while to do so. Third gas also mining. He's going to drop those Adepts potentially, and the Stalker's going to blink in there. Stim is exposed. Oh, this is a nice move. I like to see this for Hero. He's going to take out the Stim pack right now. Stalkers and Adepts going inside the base. First siege tank, remember, is down in the natural. Second one pops in the main. It sieges up right now. Gets rid of 2 add-ons. Gets in, gets out. Doesn't lose a unit. Clinical from Hero. Warps in 3 more Stalkers on the front. Still no third Nexus. Seeing a second tank. Though who knows, maybe he thought it was the first tank. I would probably not want to push this too far. Oh, get out of there. Does take out a bunker and 2 Marines. First Stalker going down. That shot was big. 2 Stalkers weak down in the orange. Raven comes in for a pack of probes. This is its second auto turret. I missed the first one. Oh, that is big. Okay. 6 kills going down on the Raven. Hero still has not started the third base. Oh, the Stalkers blink in. He dives. He takes out a tank. The Mad Lad. Hero diving for it. Oh, he's got to get out. He's got to get out. He's losing a lot of these Stalkers. He's lost 5 Stalkers for a tank and 9 Marines so far. If he can get another one, that would be great. But this wall off for Maru is next level. And these tanks are so solid. Great pullback by Hero. But I'd love to see him drop a Nexus and deal with this Raven. Still hanging out is the Raven inside Hero's base, just sitting there, realizing that Hero wants to focus everything on the front. Prism does get spotted going to the left. Stalkers spotted going to the right. Oh, the Widow Mines! Oh my god, it's only 1. I thought it was 2. Oh my god, though, the Warp Prism is so low. He has to be careful. Looks like a Marine got picked off. Cyclone heavily damaged. Raven still hanging around the back, waiting for its moment. A depot does go down. The siege tank going to move up. There's still only 2 tanks out. 1 in the natural, 1 in the main. Rich depot drops going down for Maru in panic. He's trying to build more depots as we speak. Auto turret goes down in the natural. Does take out 2 more probes. Stalkers cleaning it up pretty quickly. Ooh, a couple Stalkers going down though. He did take out a siege tank, guys, but he's lost 8 Stalkers. That Stalker count not as big as it used to be. That being said, just pull back. Just pull back. You've taken a third. You don't need to force the issue. Get out of there, Hero. Goes up to 12 Stalkers down. That's 4 Stalkers extra that he just lost. And remember, Stim's almost done. Shields is on the way. Oh, these weak Stalkers are so vulnerable. He does take out the Cyclone, which is nice. That guy was trying to bully him. Hero's third base is up. He's on 48 probes against 49. Now 51 of Maru. Stalker Prism still rotating, looking to keep him pinned. Charge will be the follow-up, going from 4 gates up to 7. 7-gate charge plus Stalkers. But Maru's already pushing. Oh my. Oh me, oh my. Oh, Widowmine gets a big hit. Combat shields will get taken out, which is nice. And it looks like he might be able to get concussive as well if he goes for it. Indeed, he will. Back at home, though, he has no units. He has no units, and it's a boy pull. Oh, Maru with the clutch boy pull. He senses that Hero is being greedy and trying to catch up. Hero has what? He didn't even get the sentries to the ramp. If he force fielded the ramp, he might have been able to do this. But instead, he is force fielding out here in the open. The SCV is pulling back, and that means that battery overcharge is doing next to nothing. And look at this, 3 gateways in a rowboat, all exposed on 1 pylon. Artosis looking mighty exposed there. Marine SCV, tank trying to push the Stalkers, blink and take out 2 of the siege tanks. Hero with some fantastic micro, with Stim Bio hot in his tail. I don't think he's long for this world. The battery on the right side will be getting taken out in a moment as well. It's still healing for now, surprisingly. Hero coming in from all sides, but the reinforces Stim Bio is incredibly scary. In behind the natural, or the third base, I should say, there's a few Stalkers pulling back. We've got the Immortal Stalker Zealot coming in from the natural. The Bio SCV gathering on the front. Maru pulled so many workers that he is now even in workers with Hero. But breaking the third and killing the entire army means those SCVs buffering was absolutely worth it. Who needs combat shields and concussive shells? Those upgrades are for tryhards. A lot of Terrans would have been afraid to push without their whole upgrade set, but Maru knew, hey, you're relying on taking that down. And oh, the Widow Mines are going to finish the day. The probe count is gone, and the Bio overruns Hero's natural. Maru looking very crisp. The lack of concussive shells does hurt against the Immortal and Stalker here as they kite back in low numbers. But all things considered, a very nice series by Maru, who, after a rocky start to the group, starts to look much more powerful. Pretty damn solid. I don't feel like he did anything too crazy. I feel like Maru here just played super solid StarCraft. He got that lovely gamble in Game 1. And here in Game 3, of course, just great defense of the 4-gate blink. Players are so good at defending that these days. You really don't get many freebies with that build. I mean, yes, there was panic. He had to do a few of these extra rich supply drops. But despite that, the tanks were well positioned. The wall-offs were great. Probes get pulled in to try to set off the Widow Mines. The Widow Mines simply unburrow. And look at that, saves the units behind the force fields. Maru is just too good. He is out of this world. And Hero taps out. GG. I'm normally not a fan of the bunker depot wall being so far out, but I really love this. The Terrans have started building these 3 buildings in a wall with the add-on there. So you really can't blink across to the tank unless you blink in the main, wait around out of tank range, then run up to the wall, blink across it, and then how do you get out? You have to run all the way around back to the cliff. It's just, you have to commit so hard to get to this tank. And then he does the same thing with the one on the natural. It's like, yeah, bunker goes down. Next one's a bit further back, which is way better, rather than sticking out. You'll notice he builds this wall off, and it's like, cool, you blinked in to kill the tanks. Then how do you get out of there? He actually uses the prism really nicely to save some of those Stalkers, but it still makes it much more difficult than Hero would like it to be. And this constantly taxing those Stalkers really adds up over time. So just delicious play out of Maru. Really good defense in Game 3. And I think he played quite safe, and that's because in Game 1 he got away with the greed. He knew Game 3, Hero's not going to let us do that again. He's going to hit us with the aggression. He saw it coming, blocks it, and gets the 2-1. Nice play from Maru. GG, man.